in my life and knowing what has become right.
My boyfriend is such an idiot. Literally took me to Jack Astor's for my birthday when he knew I wanted filet mignon at Milestones.
How dare he?
I know. And my stupid parents get me a 5S for my birthday instead of the 6. That is so 2013.
So I think we gotta go home.
Yeah, let's go home, Olivia.
We'll see you later, Madeline.
Bye. Bye.
Walking to our charity, and we are so looking forward to finding out some information. We'll learn some bunch of new stuff today. This is gonna be great, guys.
Shelter in their conference room, and we're gonna ask a few questions and kind of learn and teach you guys more about the charity. When was the charity founded and why?
We were founded in 1986, and it was basically founded by a group of teachers and guidance counselors, and the main thing really was currently back then in this area there really wasn't a safe shelter. So these teachers really saw students in their schools that needed a place like Youth Without Shelter, and that's really why they chose to get started.
If we were to win YPI, what would you do with the $5,000?
So for us, in terms of how we lay out our funds, is we say $25 a night can provide one youth with safe shelter here, can provide them with food, shelter, clothing. Based on $25 a night, $5,000 can provide 200 safe nights for that one youth.
What are like some of your bigger initiatives within like the shelter?
We work around 5 programs. So we have an emergency residence, basically youth coming and they're given those basics we talked about, food, shelter, clothing, and hygiene items. Figure out where do they want to go next. Not so much of why are you here, it's where do you want to go. The Stay in School program, which is the second half of our shelter, which is 20 beds. That's really unique because everyone on that side is in school full time. You're able to give them things that you guys are using every day. School supplies, to check attendance, report cards for them. Our other 3 programs, we have employment, housing, and then we have a day program called Steps to Success.
Would you say that like the things that they learn in the charity, and what you give them in the charity, would you say it has like an impact on our community, and why?
It definitely has an impact on the community in different ways. Well, going back to what I was saying about how there's a need in this community. So even the United Way recognizes that Jamestown, that we are located in, is a priority neighborhood. And that way we're able to provide these services that are unfortunately needed. The other impact with the community is a lot of our neighbors know that we're here. The second piece is that element that for a lot of these youth that are here, if we didn't have something like our day program, they might be doing nothing during the day.
Subject of the youth. How would you say, what are they like? Are they like us? What would you say, is their mentality? How do you think they feel about living here?
It's a really good question. I think the big picture is these youth are just like you guys, people that are in high school, some of them are young adults. At the end of the day, if I took all 50 youth here, I mixed them up with students in your school, interest as you guys, you're going to be listening to the same music, you're going to be wanting to watch the same movies, a lot of that same lifestyle, all the same issues that you guys are facing. And some of them do have, other issues beyond that just because of the way they've been raised. A lot of them are coming from abusive households, so there's emotional abuse, physical abuse, or sexual abuse from households where they just have never really had someone to trust. So that trust gets broken, that confidence gets shattered. So we try to rebuild that here. Some of them are also facing mental health issues as well. So that's kind of where some key differences might come in depending on the youth. housing is one of the more final steps for youth that do want to move out on their own. So they start off by setting that appointment with their housing worker. First of all, where do they want to live? Can they afford to move out? They might be working, they might want government support through Ontario Works. So our housing worker will set all that up for them. And then there's that education piece, so just letting them know their tenant rights, what happens if they get into an issue with their landlord, all of that stuff. If they moved out through us, they can always come back for a food or hygiene package. They just set up an appointment with our housing worker, or they come back every 2 weeks for what we call supper club. So you can imagine we rely on a lot of non-perishable food for this program, and a lot of that is coming from donations.
Have you ever wondered what it could be like? And now it's all set to come back home. You were after nothing I could give. No. Have you ever wondered what it could be like? And now we're standing back on my feet. There's nothing there, so now you want better. I know I should have held you closer, and I know I should have treated you better in a perfect world, but we're not always what we promised to be. You caught my words in mid-air, the silence hung as you caught my eye. Conversations locked away in my mind.
So we just experienced our Youth Without Shelter, guys. How was that?
It was great.
And it was just all around good. So hopefully you liked our video. Now we're just gonna do. Yes, thank you, Poonam. You are the best person ever, and you are also the sweetest.
Yeah.
And you were so nice to us and so generous. We'll be coming back soon, so
See you.
can't wait to
Yes,
see you
for
again.
sure.
And hopefully you see this video. And all right, guys, we're walking back home, and we're gonna go get some lunch.
I don't know.